Now this is it's not as good as the big one I caught, but he's still well over 30. Well, there you go. Caught a glimpse of him. So what I was doing there he goes on the sounder. What I was doing there is what's called a follow-on technique. So I was getting some good bites. So I was throwing that soft plastic rig or 60mm rigger tail in. And just like now, it was getting a lot of bites. And then once the bites sort of stopped, what I do is this one here, which is very lightly weighted. As you can see, it didn't go the distance, the wind caught it. So if I get myself back over to where I want it to be, the idea of course is that I lob this on top of them and it sinks at a much slower rate, and it's a creature bait, and they're already on the prowl because they've been having a go at the one that they didn't quite hook up on, and we snarl them on this. They've been pretty savage on it. They're taking swipes at it, but they're not. So basically, having 2 or 3 rods or 4 rods or whatever, you've got to, I do that partly as a built-in redundancy. So if I get broken off or whatever, I can grab another rod. But the main reason I do it is for this follow-on technique, where I'm not presenting exactly the same lure to them all the time. And even though people will tell you that redfin are dumb and they'll bite anything, and yes, they will bite anything, and you know, like other fish, they do have a really small brain, about the size of a pea. They sometimes won't come back and bite a lure a second time, so I mix it up. Especially if I throw a surface lure, which I've been going to do. So I mix the lures up so that I'm not constantly retying. You'll see a lot of people, you know, they don't do that sort of stuff. They'll retie, they'll take 1, maybe 2 rods with them, and they'll just retie the lure on it, which is fine, right? But what I'm trying to do is maximise my chances, and so what we'll do now is we'll feed them the underspin, which they're all over, with the squidgy wriggler on it in bloodworm. So we'll give them a look at that. I can feel them there. But that's how I roll technique. It's why I have more than 1 rod with me. So I've just thrown that little creature bait, which is super lightly weighted, 4-pound line, super sensitive, very light rod. It's a ULG rod, ultralight gear. Thrown that into exactly the same spot I was getting the hits, and we'll see what that does for us. Absolutely nothing. Oh, try to take it off the surface. That's what we might do, actually. See if they'll take it off surface. Yep, they do. You think that you're reeling too quick for them, but in reality you're not. You're probably reeling too quick to get a... But both times then, I could see fish on that side there, and they were chasing it. Having a couple of swipes at it. They're only little tackers. To get them stirred up like this. Oh, and another one. We'll let it sink this time. See what it does for us. It's a good time to surface fish for them though. It's only a little fella. I need to get back to fishing for the bigger ones. I was just mucking around having a bit of fun. Anyway, that's a bit of a how I roll. You have a couple of different rods lying on your deck and you mix it up. And it works really, really well. Bet you if I throw this in here, they'll be all over it.